Well, welcome along. It is towards the end of match day 30, and Rot-Weiß Essen and Borussia Dortmund second side clash in a derby that certainly has plenty at stake, particularly for Rot-Weiß Essen. Of course, Dortmund's under-23 side can't be promoted, but they do start the day 1 point ahead of their hosts. Rot-Weiß Essen, just one win in the last 5 has seen them somewhat slip out of contention for promotion, but it's not completely over. But victories are very much in need for Krzysztof Dabrowski. No changes for Dabrowski. Rot-Weiß Essen going with the same side that drew with Ferl 1-1 in their last outing. For Borussia Dortmund's second side, Jan Zimmermild makes 5 changes in total, and it's a debut for number 25, Paris Brunner, 18-year-old, replacing Michel in the front line. Zilis Ostrazinski also coming in ahead of Lotka in goal for just a 5th start. And Azil Mori Semic, the others to drop out of the starting XI, places them for Prince Anning. Return of top scorer in, seemingly unable to put wins together. And it's Ulm who leads with 3 of the 4 promoted sides from Regional Liga in contention. But Rot-Weiß Essen know victory against Dortmund would take them above the under-23 side, just a point behind. Although enough confusion, we thought we were underway. I think the Dortmund babes a little too excited to get underway. This time successfully underway. So Borussia Dortmund second side, currently 6th in the table on 45 points. Of course, they can't be promoted themselves. But of course, they're playing for futures with the senior side. Ole Pullman and Antonius Papadopoulos, 2 of those who have recently turned out for Borussia Dortmund's senior side. They'll certainly want to continue to try and impress. Certainly had a much better campaign than Freiburg's second side, who themselves were second last year, now find themselves at the foot of the table, facing relegation. Certainly Edin Terzic has been keeping note that Rot-Weiß Essen will want to enjoy some derby delights. They're going to have to keep their wits about them. Incisive run down the wing, but just enough pressure to keep it away from danger. Rodney Alongo Yombo showing glimpses of the danger his pace will pose. Well, mask wearing Felix Götze back alongside Jose Enrique Rios Alonso, has to go chasing, not under undue pressure. Felix Götze, having suffered concussion, thankfully back playing, and certainly seen an improvement in terms of masks that players can wear to keep facial injuries and head knocks from keeping them out any longer than they might have. Rot-Weiß Essen, the start of the month, did progress in the regional cup. We'll be facing Germania Rattingen start of April in the semi-finals. Certainly the favourites with Baumberg and Rot-Weiß Oberhausen in the other tie. So there is still silverware on offer for the red and whites. Especially with the toughest opponents being a Regional Liga side. And they want to try and push up the table. Dabrowski will know their run of 4 without a win has really dented their hopes. Having beaten Jan Regensburg the 10th of February, 3-1 away. Victory today would still see them 7 points from potential promotion. And of course, starting to run out of games. Well, Jan Zimmerman, Hanover born, and after returning Felse to the professional leagues after 30 years, got a chance at his home club. Didn't last long at 96, just 4 months. But in the job at Dortmund since February 2023, and so far 19 wins from 46. It's certainly been a little bump in the road. They had a couple of great victories. 5-2 thumping of Ferl, followed with a 4-3 win over Unterhaching in Bavaria. That was the last time Silas Ostrozinski started a match. Looking for a bit closer to a clean sheet, and he's doing a good start. Fine save to deny Musa Dumbuya. Well, he didn't get on the ball the first attempt. When the ball was returned, clear sight of goal. And the Guinea striker hit the target too close. And good reactions from Ostrozinski. All to the edge of the area. Lucas Bruma fancies it, drives it through. Well, almost turned out to be an assist, but Dortmund just doing enough to clear their lines, and now break clear. Rot-Weiß Essen struggling to get numbers back. Brilliant initially, you thought, for Vega, but great feet. Touch, turn, and then just muscled out of it. Oh, and lovely play. Well, real head-to-head stuff. Dumbuya stops it accidentally and then gives it away cheaply to Franz Rogoff. Well, we could be in for a very wide-open game. There's been 3 or more goals in the last 4 away from home from Dortmund's second side. Just got stuck under the feet of Michael Ebervejan. 28-year-old second spell with the Dortmund under 23s. 3 overage players allowed in the team. Franz Afane, another of those trying to help along the youngsters. Dortmund breaking. Lovely turn. Gets it behind. Hits the target. And Jakob Goltz stood firm. Lovely dribbling from Ole Pohlmann. You can see why the 22-year-old was in Bundesliga action for the seniors at the start of the month. February. It's a goalless draw against Heidenheim. He's got 9 goals this Dritte Liga campaign, 4 from the penalty spot. Only 6 players have scored more this term. Dumbia looked to have showed a bit too much of it. Did well initially, but again losing out, and Rot-Weiß Essen losing a bit of momentum. But that's a great ball looking for Marvin Obus. Does well to keep it in. He gets a corner for his hard work. He's really been the shining light offensively for Rot-Weiß Essen, but it was Dumbia who had that huge chance. Guinea striker, just a 9th start of the season. Ondolinski's red card giving him that opportunity. Desperate to add to the 3 goals he's managed, 2 of which have come this calendar year. His first start of 2024 did come with a goal. Unfortunately, in the end, proved to only gain a point, having opened the scoring. It was Nicolas Sessa, netted from the spot to earn Ferl. Very important point given how things are tightening in the relegation battle as well as the fight for promotion. There are just 4 points now between Arminia Bielefeld and Duisburg, with Lübeck earning a fabulous win this weekend to give themselves some slimmer of hope. Lübeck, of course, putting ever more pain on Jan Regensburg. Ball to the left from Pullman. Evervien with the strike, well taken by Kurtz, who did have pressure if his handling hadn't been on point. Rot-Weiß Essen have failed to keep a clean sheet in their last 12 games. Makes it so challenging. You're trying to, fight advancement to Bundesliga 2. Essen, the only side in the top 11 in Dritte Liga to have minus goal difference. It's currently -3. And yet victory would take them provisionally 5th, with Unterhaching still with match to play later today, plus a game in hand. Ingolstadt and Ferl will face off in Sunday night action. Roma, ball bouncing too high for Julian Hedver. Now Brummer can get on his bike, driving into the heart of the Dortmund defence. Spreads it to Obus. Had support but drifts it in. Oh, just waiting for it, Cedric Harenbroch. They never made it. Good positioning in the end to be able to head this away from danger. Working back, Franz Rogoff. The 21-year-old, well placed, as Dabrowski was hoping it might have been the opening goal. Herrenbroch will get another go. I think some tentative claims from the crowd for a penalty. Much of a reaction from the players. Donis actually started out at Stuttgart. Had a brief spell in Greece, but very much back in action in Germany with Dortmund. And Brock this time goes low. Little dummy. Chapina just struggling just to get out of his feet, but so many bodies ahead of him. A little try, something different. Black, the kids of Dortmund, with enough bodies in the way. Bruma. It's a little reverse ball. And Brock. Bruma swings his boot around that. And Mbuya gets a good touch in the end to give Obus a chance to keep the attack alive. Andreas Weger, oh, just didn't execute right. Torben Mussel. Paris Brunner, just 18 years of age. Big day for him on his debut. Has been on the bench this season for the seniors. Didn't make it on though in Dortmund's 3-2 home defeat to Leipzig in December, the end of last year. He's certainly been impressive in the under-19 Bundesliga. 16 goals from 17 appearances, 16 of those starts. A couple of hat-tricks in there. Can he bring that type of emphatic form to the professional ranks? They flick round the corner. Oh, once, twice. Now, a 4-on-3. Desperately trying to get back. Is Adonis, but Bruma denied by his opposite number. Eber Vien tracking to get back. Look at this, lovely touch from Chapina. And then the flick. First by Young, then by Heimbroch. And then Young playing it back to the advance of Bruma. Great defending. Dabrowski encouraged, just looking for that little extra care on the final ball. So, chance for Herrenbroch. Godse drops the shoulder. Fires it into Doumbia. Better link-up play this time by the Guinea striker. Chapina comes tight. Essen just to get out of a tight corner. Godse trotting back is Young. With Bruma having moved infield. Step back down this right side flank. Elias Alonso. Leaves it to now. Godse fires into midfield. Incisive passing. Starts to create danger for Dortmund. Gets a second bite of the cherry. Pass didn't make it through. The shot deflected behind for a corner. Well, they've had a couple of short routines they've tried out. Will they go again? The answer is yes. Herrenbroch clips it in. Good defensive header, but chance to take a touch. Torben Mussel. Not as good a connection as he might have hoped for. They hit the target. Down to his right, Silas Ostrazinski pushes wide. 20-year-old Polish goalkeeper. Doing well so far in what he's been asked. Well, he leaves that, but off a Dortmund head and behind for a corner. Pressure from Rot-Weiß Essen. But can they make it pay while they're on top? Small band of Dortmund fans making the short journey across to Essen. Seeing their young side under pressure. Götze thought about it, but left it. Trotting back. And now they've lost it. Dortmund with space to run in. Quickly on his bike is Paris Brunner. But Rodney Alongo Yombo, in the end, was the man released. Just couldn't keep it. It was Brunner fighting hard, winning the ball. Picked out a good pass, but it's the first touch that lets Alongo Yombo down. Trapping lad for just 18. Ball swung in, just over the head. Alongo Yombo couldn't get there. Six goals this season so far for Alongo Yombo. He's certainly got a threat. Just not careful enough in possession. The 22-year-old. Chance to break again. Rot-Weiß Essen certainly love to push players forward under Dabrowski, but it leaves them exposed. Brummer was smart enough to step across and close out the gap to Julien Hetfer. This is again Paris Brunner working hard and turning over possession. But as yet, 20 minutes gone, it is goalless here at Rot-Weiß Essen's Stadion an der Hafenstraße. Hafenstraße had certainly been Essen's stronghold, particularly from late October until the start of February. They'd only lost one, and had won the other 7, and yet it's back-to-back home defeats as they come into this one. Late Dritte Liga league leaders, Ulm winning here 2-0 before Unterhaching taking advantage of Ron Berlinski's early red card to eventually run out 3-1 winners, although it was very uncomfortable for a long time for the Bavarians. Essen certainly have improved since finishing 15th in their first Dritte Liga campaign. But now, a bit of a worry at the back. Götze didn't get a hold of it. Rios Alonso there to help out. Lovely ball drilled across by Hedver. Shouldn't have been so much of a problem though. Ball breaks kindly. Obus has support, but he's a poor ball. And Dortmund look to break. Lovely ball through the middle. The pace, the strength, and that could be trouble. But the referee elects to say the coming together was nothing untoward. Rodney Alongo Yombo certainly disagrees. Felix Götze certainly was looking in a bit of trouble. The referee was in a good position. Well, shaping to shoot, but just runs into too many red and white shirts, does Paris Brunner. real entertaining match. Just missing the goals to crown it. Isaiah Young goes past one, tries to cut back. Good work from Adonis, but this was the interesting moment. Does he have his arm clasped as they fall to the ground? Referee very much on the spot. In fairness, there wasn't too much in terms of Götze dragging Elongo Yombo down. Certainly showing the threat he has. Michael Bacher giving nothing for Jan Zimmerman's side. Trying to see the funny side of it, I guess. Had a chance with his home club, Hannover 96 as mentioned, when they were in Bundesliga 2, but just the 4 months in charge, just 14 points taken in his opening 15 games, not enough to keep him in charge. Have a chance to try and mould stars of the future. Dabrowski continues to see improvements from Rot-Weiß Essen. As mentioned, 15th last term was a very good season to consolidate after finally being back in the top 3 tiers of German football from the regional ligas. So it's been an even bigger improvement this season just to be within conversation for promotion. Pino was able to leave it. Seemed comfortable enough, meaning Götze likely gave him a shout. It's well won. And every time one of the teams wins the ball, suddenly have a very good counter-attack opportunity. Brahma shows his frustration. Seems very unlucky. It's just a foot on the boot of Ole Pohlmann. Gets to the byline, deflected behind for a corner. Decided to go direct. Showed his frustration. The ball not reaching its intended target, but has ended in a corner. Prince Anning wanting something more spectacular. That could have been. Nobody at the back post for Pohlmann's ball. Rot-Weiß Essen trying to be positive and play out from the back. Runs its risks, of course. Isaiah Young able to keep things. Doumbia, heavy touch, and just allows Dortmund to steal it back. So Young protects it well, but beaten out by 2 as Heber Vien wins it and then down into space. Rios Alonso and Götze have to be so wary, especially the movement of Elongo Yombo. Jan Zimmerman. Will be happy about his side back to front. Just Like Rot-Weiß Essen, missing that final killer instinct. Dumbuya spreads it early to Obus. Isaiah Young drives centrally. Great challenge though. Franz Fofana trying to marshal the back line. 29-year-old senior in there. The crowd wanted something more. Kobacha has shown a willingness to let the game play on. A level of physicality and contact being allowed does make for a more entertaining and flowing football match. Rios Alonso. To use the defender who quickly fires it into Chapina. That's a great ball to find Handbrock. Young goes central, decides to go direct. Could have bounced awkwardly in front of Kostrzyński. Made it look comfortable. Handbrock's eyes lit up the opportunity. Never really got the power necessary. Tries to protect the ball, forced back, but able to use Adonis, and it's a wonderful ball. Paris Brunner. Well, Paris Brunner with his first big chance on his debut. He looked to have gone round Jakob Goltz. Just a long ball from Adonis. Initially seemed to have it on a plate, but then his right foot just let him down. Well, as mentioned, 16 goals for the under-19s. Last season scored in the championship finale against Mainz. 3 goals in the final 7 minutes before Mainz took it 4-2 after extra time. Brunner certainly has shown exactly why. He's been involved with the seniors already, at least with the squad, and now making his Dritte Liga debut with Dortmund second. Chapina on the spin away from Rodney Alongo Yombo, who felt caught in the face. Bruno with a chance to deliver, elects to cut back inside on his weaker right, but it's a brilliant ball, a teaser. It was just out of the stride pattern. Great dummy, then real quality. And Torben Musel just didn't time his advance to perfection. Musel with 2 goals this campaign, although not since 13th of October, although that was against Borussia Dortmund's second side, Rot-Weiß Essen, winning 2-1 at the Signal Iduna Park. Isaiah Young, oh, brilliant ball for Brunner, deflected behind, another corner. Fana having to come across. Nervous energy on the sidelines this game. 0-0, but he's hugely surprised if there isn't an opener at least before the half-time break. Well, they're going again with this short corner. If it wasn't for a very poor ball out by Brunner, Dortmund might once again have been on very inviting counter. But Asaya shows his pace and trickery, and that should have been at least on target, but Andreas Weigl, the complete miss swing. Asaya Young getting to the byline a bit too easily away from Aidonis. Aaron Brock in the end. Swinging, missing, and accidentally back heeling it. Torben Mussel, assisted by Lucas Brummer, scored the winner in the reverse fixture. It's an own goal by Lotka. Of course, has been replaced today by Ostrazinski. Not being helped out much by his defence. Prince Anning certainly getting to grips with Obus. It's been all from the near side, now corner on the far side. Mussel offers a short option. Headed away at the near post. Swung in, but an easy take for Ostrazinski. Looks for the pace and running of Alongo Yombo. Squares up Brummer. To the edge of the area. Maybe felt he had far much more time. Rogov. Well won. As well, the free kick from Rogov. Started out at St. Pauli. 2 goals so far this campaign. That time just showing his smarts to win the free kick off Shapina. Looking for quality delivery. Far too easily defended at the near post. A couple of touches for Prince Anning. Lifts it long. The offside flag up against Alongo Yombo. Brummer having to put the burners on to get back, taking a risk, coming away with it. Gets a late bundle, and the referee can take into account there was a few nibbles from Julian Hetver. Talking to, it seems, for the 20-year-old, Bochum-born. First campaign with Borussia Dortmund after leaving Duisburg. He's already got 1 more goal than he managed last season's Dritte Liga. 6 now this campaign. Although he has had disciplinary issues, despite a 3-1 win away at Viktoria Köln. Hetver was sent off just shy of the hour mark. No card on that occasion. Certainly won't want to show he's learned the lessons. A bright and sunny March day in Essen. Certainly been bright and enterprising play, but as yet goalless. Really battling hard. Dortmund come away with it. Neat touch and now a bit of space. Ebervien on to Hetfer. Drills it with a bit of zip. Picked up by Pullman. Home fans not happy. They'll be delighted to see it safely in the hands of Gulls. Just checking, doesn't want to be caught out. So just rolls it out to Götze. Before a surprise defeat at Duisburg at the start of the month, Dortmund had won their last 3 away on the trot. They have scored in their last 4 away. Rot-Weiß Essen scored just 1 in their last 2. Looking for a breakthrough. Rios Alonso. Simple ball into feet of Götze. Next to go all the way back to Goltz. They start again. More incisive ball. Obus. Oh, fine trickery to somehow get out. Just wanted the cutback for Herrenbroch. Flag stays down. All the players almost came to a stop. Was a Dortmund player along with Marvin Obus. Dortmund certainly asking a question, as is Jan Zimmerman. He certainly was off the pitch and then back on. And the result is free kick. Both players off the pitch, but the player with him. Could be a controversial opener. If Rot-Weiß Essen were to net from here. Deflected, but it will be a corner. Mussel, the match winner, the last time these sides met. So a couple of opportunities, just not being able to get on the end once again. Brummer's delivery, and that free kick. Diverted away from Ostrazinski's goal. Short again, electing to change the angle. Fine defensive header, but now smashed in towards goal. Another deflection, but that certainly had Ostrazinski completely flat-footed. Fortunate then, it went wide of the post. Another corner for Rot-Weiß Essen. This time they do get first contact. Ostrazinski with an easy take. That is now 9 corners that Rot-Weiß Essen have had. Just the 1 for Dortmund. While they've created a bit of danger, a bit of panic, as yet it remains goalless. Essen with over 60% of possession. Dortmund very much happy to let the home side have the ball and look to use their pace and power on the counter. Alonso. I predicted this half wouldn't end without a goal. That looks to be very much in danger of not paying out. It's certainly been an intriguing affair. As things stand, heading towards the half-time break. Bruma picking up a central position. Now Musa, who's in the middle. Weigl went right, swung in, and it's ended up in the net! Well, Moussa Doumbouya must have heard the call. And the first goal comes just a minute before the break. And the Guinea striker once again on target for Rot-Weiß Essen. Well, the board being changed manually. And a vital breakthrough. Zimmerman, crestfallen. Well, back into the starting lineup after the sending off of Ron Berlinski and ahead of Leonardo Bonic. And it's paid dividends for Krzysztof Dąbrowski. Doumbouya with 2 starts in 2024 in their last 2 outings. And now a goal in each match. Last time it was cancelled out in a 1-0 draw at Fell. Can Dąbrowski and Rot-Weiß Essen this time see Doumbouya's intervention as one that can lead to a massive 3 points? So Moussa Doumbouya, the fine header. Silas Ostrozinski, flat-footed and beaten. And that goal coming almost on the half-time whistle. It was an open and entertaining encounter in this the North Rhine-Westphalia derby, but it's Doumbouya who has proven the difference at the break. Rot-Weiß Essen 1, Dortmund 2-0 at the halftime break. Well, welcome back ahead of the second half. Dortmund's second side out early. There even, you see, foes on the field. Friendship off it. Discussing what was an entertaining first half, punctuated by Moussa Doumbouya netting with a header. Paris Brunner himself could have given Dortmund's under-23s the lead, if not for poor control in the area. Instead, it's Rot-Weiß Essen who return. To great applause, they lead by 1-0. Given Dortmund's record on the road scoring, they know there'll be a big half to try and get a first clean sheet in 13 men in red and white. So as things stand, Rot-Weiß Essen would move 2 points clear of Dortmund second in the Dritte Liga table and move 5th, although they'd still be 7 points behind now third place Jan Regensburg. It's Borussia Münster who are on an unbelievable run, as they would just be ahead of them by 5 points. But Essen have to focus on the here and now and just do their business. A victory today would mean they'd be 1 point ahead of Unterhaching, although the Bavarians will play later and with a further game in hand. It's the tight nature of the division. Just 12 points between top dogs Ulm and Saarbrücken in 10th. And other than cast aside Freiburg second, there's just 7 points between 15th and 19th. The bottom 4 clubs automatically relegated to the regional ligas. Thankfully for Dabrowski, while that was a concern last term, they're looking up rather than down. And after 4 winless in Dritte Liga, this would be a hugely positive shot in the arm for their potential promotion drive, with 8 games left after this round of fixtures. Dortmund putting the pressure on. Hedver came across to help out Paris Brunner, but Rios Alonso showing composure. Now Brunner does brilliantly on the spin, gets it to Young. Shapina then pointed where he wanted it square and returned it to the winger. Thought about the first time ball, instead cuts back. Diving header, keeping it from the 3 or 4 advancing red and white shirts. Rot-Weiß Essen certainly aren't going to sit back. It's not what they know. Franz Fafane to his defensive duties. No, he'll have to keep his wits about him. Doumbouya trying to shape it out onto the left. One will certainly look to Fane and Ebervien, that bit of extra experience. Understandably, majority making their early steps in professional football with big dreams, turning out regularly in the Westfalenstadion. Dortmund, of course, later taking on Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga. The Black and Yellows still fighting for Champions League football through the league. It's their young side just trying to keep Essen at bay. Young, not far off being through. Great change of direction from Ole Pullman. And that'll be the first booking of the match, headed for Jose Enrique Rios Alonso. All swung in. Bodies collapsing in the box. The latter bringing about the referee's whistle. Andreas Weigl. Held by Brunner. Götze had already gone down. Blocked off. Referee didn't seem too interested in that one. Gave it for the second infringement. Certainly put himself about. Michael Ebervien. Goltz not with the best of balls out. Smart header to try and get Ebervien on the ball early, but eat into it. Götze twisting and turning. What a ball like that is. He gets Rot-Weiß Essen out, and now they can break. Well left by Dumbuya. Marvin Obus. Maybe just running himself down a cul-de-sac. Now has two black shirts to deal with. Digs out across though. Isaiah Young did well. He was always going to be put under pressure. Does get a corner for his trouble. This was Götze. This was decent. This was brilliant. Under pressure, firing the ball into feet. I ended up with Abus digging it across to Young. Fafana stepping over it. A vital interception. Brunner. And the referee waited for a sign to give handball against the left fullback. Trying to get in behind. Hedver up against two. Tries to go the long way around. Bruma now with the ball out. Dumbuya. Dumbuya with a poor touch. Break on. Obus just held up, and it's a lovely little back heel. Torben Mussel trying to muscle his way through. And now a break on. Dortmund 3 of 4, down to 2. Gets another bite of the cherry. Hedver. Space for Brunner. He'll hope to get his feet right this time, shows far too much of it. And then it's going to be a chance of a booking there. He's really got in hard on Weigl. He didn't like that. The youngster is going to get the benefit of the doubt. And then his frustrations get the better of him. A word in the ear for Weigl as well for his reaction. Referee now talking to the 18-year-old debutant. You can see his frustration. Showed far too much of it to Shapina. And only had one thought in his mind. Not going for the ball at all. He is incredibly lucky not to be going into the book. Now Obus. Trying to work it through Prince Sunning. Bruno does brilliant to get out of a tight situation. Not happy though. Well, Krzysztof Dąbrowski calling for a bit of calm. He was in fact the man who replaced Jan Zimmerman at Hanover 96. Although he only lasted until the summer of 2022 before taking on the role at Rot-Weiß Essen. Now the two reunited in this Dritte Liga campaign. Dąbrowski with the victory in Dortmund. And on course for a double. Of course, the man who's made the difference on the score sheet, Moussa Doumbouya, who played under Dąbrowski at Hanover 96 himself. Now trying to get in behind Obus, skips away. Oh, it could be a penalty. Pointing to the spot, and it will be a booking as well. Well, Obus, on a couple of occasions there, looked like he might have overrun it or lost it. But his pace and quickness of feet not just got him into the area, but has now won a penalty of Dortmund captain Franz Pfannett. A booking as well. What a moment for Dąbrowski's side. Snicked away from Anning. Then the second desperate challenge, the third one, brought about the penalty. Dortmund players going to ground far too easily. And eventually it's cost them. I'm sure Pfannett would have hoped either Anning or Pullman might have got there first, but it's Moussa Doumbouya. He'll laugh to himself, the 26-year-old, faced up with Polish 20-year-old Silas Ostalinski. Already beaten once at the end of the first half. Beaten for a second time. Double delights for Doumbouya and Rot-Weiß Essen. On course for back-to-back league wins over Dortmund second. And also a glimmer of hope in their bid for promotion. No, Pfannett continuing the complaints. Hache listening, but certainly not in agreement. But this, cool as you like, just rolled it to the right-hand side of Ostraszynski. The ball going the wrong way. And Essen now with an important advantage. And Dortmund's second side find a route back into the match. Brunner fighting hard there. You can see why he's frustrated, and that's going to bring him a booking. Well, it's the bouncing of the ball, and it's Not always necessarily down to inexperience. You see much older professionals do likewise, but just picking up an unnecessary booking, although on first look does seem to be a hard done by. There's not much in that. Jose Enrique Rios Alonso getting a big balance there from the referee. Paris Brunner certainly has shown flashes of his talent that will have Dortmund fans excited. Just a little bit raw. As yet, hasn't been able to make a clinical impact. Well, the wrestling going on in midfield. But Mussel with a quick ball. Asai Young just tries to flick it. In fact, it stays with him. Just the wrong side of Anning. And they have to clear their lines. Donis ending up all the way over at left back as well. Full-backs combining. Shapina got to the byline. Just a toe. Knocking it behind for another corner. They've had so many. Can they finally make one count? A 12th corner of the match. Once again, working it short. Mussel fires across to Bruma. Gets it out of his feet, but well blocked. Antonios Papadopoulos getting out bravely. Now Young, tried to find the far corner. Flash wide, they want another corner. On this occasion, not getting one. Papadopoulos demanding the ball. He's had 4 appearances for the Dortmund senior side. Most recently, 26 minutes this campaign in a 1-1 draw away at Leverkusen. For a long time been known as Neverkusen. At the moment, unbeatable Kusen. Weigl. Obus, great feet again. 19-year-old Dutchman, Prince Anning, caught out. Not a lot in it, but playing the man, not the ball. Steep learning curve. Marvin Obus, again, one of the most impressive performers for Rot-Weiß Essen. Punched away. Of course, Rot-Weiß Essen benefiting from the loan deal that brought Obus here as Buya was in hunt for a hat-trick. Just caught on the back of his shoulder rather than a clean header. His changes are afoot. So off goes Prince Anning. And it's the Spaniard, Guille Bueno. There's certainly hope he'll be good. And also heading on, number 22, Paul-Philippe Besson. Quick little reconnection with Götze, but it's Shapina with a lovely flick to Young. Vital deception from Pullman. Ball out onto the flank. Saw a lot more of him in the first half, but the first bright light from Elongo Yombo. All across, deflected. And Essen clear their lines. All drifted in, but the flag has gone up. So will the changes bring about the change? Jan Zimmerman will be hoping. Rot-Weiß Essen, unsurprisingly, with real strut in their step. They have their 2-goal advantage thanks to the head and penalty of Moussa Doumbouya. Zimmerman making his first changes. Can he change the tide? Ball swung in deep. Now first touch for Bueno. It's a good cutback. Franz Rogoff just opening up his body. But well tracked as he now struts over for the resulting corner. Confirmation that it was Julian Hetver who went off. Brunner and Alongo Yombo joined by Besson. Direct corner, headed away, but Dortmund can keep it alive. Pullman trying to show some Marvin Obus trickery against Weigl. Doumbouya comes across to try and help. Weigl goes to ground, but then gets a boot in. Stuck to his task. 32-year-old Paderborn born defender. Well travelled. In a short spell in Belgium, the wing back. Now his second campaign with Rot-Weiß Essen. It's now going to be Dortmund. 23 corner. Near post. It's not a great ball in, but might yet turn into something. Brunner swings it in. Now the break may be on. He's got to be careful here. The 18-year-old, he's been booked. Pulled out the challenge at Bueno now. Charging forward. Slows it down. Links with Pullman. Brunner slips on the ball. He's got to be careful. You could tell he was thinking about it. And now, Rot-Weiß Essen, can they make the most of this counter opportunity? Doumbouya has the square ball. Just bobbles about though. It does look like a match that's really going to stretch, with Dortmund needing to get back into it. Well held up and then released by Alongo Yombo. Brunner is getting into the area, as was Ibervien, but standing on the ball didn't certainly help Besson. Bueno with arm raised, definitely desperate to get further involved. Here is the Spaniard from Vigo. Tries the 1-2, but Chapina kept his eye on him. And then Young does incredibly well. Somehow came out with the ball, and Armbrock then a bit of fortune as it goes for a red and white throw. The pitch time's breaking up, but it hasn't seemed to have affected play. Just getting caught in his feet, but then wonderful control. Dortmund want to get on with it quickly. Ullmann. Here is Bueno, signed for Dortmund from Deportivo La Coruña. Has been on the bench for the senior side. Dortmund beat Union Berlin 4-2 in early October. Did have a knee injury at the start of the year, but starting to work his way back, the 21-year-old. Brunner, this time getting the decision. Ole Pullman over the ball, swings it in deep. Goals though, well, he had a swipe at it. Kept in by Besson. Kept his run going. Well, they're getting in each other's way. Real frustration there for the shot from Pafana. And now the ball through. The keeper, Ostrozinski, read the situation and got to the ball early. The home fans loving it. There's still 20 minutes with plenty of drama that could yet come, but Brunner again just showing his rawness. Goal machine at the under-19 Bundesliga. Shows a huge difference when stepping into the professional ranks in this, the third tier of German football. Well, seem likely star of the future. It's Doumbia who's been the star on the day, and it could be a third for Rot-Weiß Essen. Bueno going shoulder to shoulder. Referee happy with the challenge. A huge opportunity disappearing. Well, Young breaking through in the break of the ball. As you can see, shoulder to shoulder. Young, it easy to go to ground. Terrific defending for the 21-year-old. Further changes afoot. On for Brunner. Gets a slap on the back. Certainly showed signs of what he can do, but as he heads off with Pullman, Samuel Bamba heading on. The man who scored what turned out to be a consolation in the reverse fixture lost his place to Brunner. Heading on, Falco Michel. Well, Michel, 3 goals this campaign. He's one shy of last season's total of 4. 2 of his 3 goals have come on the road. Mentioned his only one at home, and Dortmund was in that 2-1 defeat to Rot-Weiß Essen. He hasn't scored in 2024 yet. Now they're just trying to plug gaps. Keep Rot-Weiß Essen from truly finishing this. Well, there was a chance for Doumbia to be greedy, go for his hat-trick, but he tried to play it into Brummer. Needed the ball to be one that Brummer could take first time. Ebervien. A wild. That flies away. Well, 5 changes to the starting 11. Dortmund have already made 4 changes in their bid to turn this match around. As yet, Krzysztof Dąbrowski happy with how his side are performing. That could change. But Rogvov seeing his header. Well taken. And then launched by Goltz. Obus gets the break of the ball. Just ran away from him there. Has to be said how impressive Bueno has looked on the ball, but defensively, especially with a game so stretched, his pace and positioning proven vital in keeping the game just to 2-0. Here is Rogov. Oh, it slipped nicely for the substitute. Bamba stepped his feet. Wonder if he might have thought about going down, but certainly ill-advised dive and lunge from Felix Götze. Commendably kept on his feet. And then the cutback just kept away from the man who played him through, Besson. Bueno. Papadopoulos. Space in behind. A dangerous ball cut back there. Dortmund still come out with it. Michael plays it now, charging to either create space or take the ball back. Rogov, 21-year-old looking for movement. Bueno, his first match back after injuring his knee, but looks fully ready. If maybe not for the full 90. Decision from Jan Zimmerman. And that ball drifting long and out of danger. Now a break. Dumbuya square. Instead goes down the line for Young. Gets there first. And then, after being beaten to the ball, Bafana so well just to get a toe on the ball. The changes finally coming for Dabrowski, just looking for fresh legs. Lovely touch back. And Brock, though, couldn't take it with him. Well blocked. Bueno working, even if he didn't quite know it, with Vasong, but his ball cleared away. They will make the changes now. Well, he looks like he's going to be the hero on the day. Moussa Doumbouya, 3 goals in his last 2 outings. His first 2 starts of 2024. And he is repaid his manager, Dabrowski, who worked with him at Hannover 96 with a potentially match-winning performance. Leonardo Vonic heading on. The Croat German has had his moments this season, but yet hasn't been able to lock down first team jersey. The 20-year-old came through the ranks at Nuremberg for making the step up to Dritte Liga. 4 goals, which 2 have come in 2024. All of them have come at home. And Torben Mussel heading off for Niels Florian Kaiser. We had the Prince Anning on earlier. Now the Kaiser heading on, but it's Doumbouya. He'll just be a little frustrated. Maybe didn't come away with the match ball. His 2 goals have given Rot-Weiß Essen a very good lead to try and protect in these final 11 or so minutes. Well, headed out and hoping to see second side make an impression. They may yet do so. Long throw, bit rushed though, although it's fallen to the edge of the area, knocked in. The Goats gets their first. Götze helping out, just a little shoulder into Basong. Just a slip there. Then Bamba showing too much of it. Wiping out Weigl. Well, they'll be delighted. Jan Zimmerman frustrated. Rot-Weiß Essen looking to return to winning ways on league duty. Their last victory away at Jan Regensburg was at the start of February. 4 winless. Very much on course to snap that run without victories. Harmbrock dug out by Götze. Obus flipped away. The danger not over for the visitors. Chapina tried to return it. Bamba did well to at least get something on the ball and hold up Weigl. But Götze stayed up. Leonardo Vodic just clipped it over, but didn't have the pace or the precision to find the back of the net. Lovely play from Rot-Weiß Essen. Down the line for Young. Brumme is absolutely bombing on, but Young takes it on. Side netting. It's looking like being 3 defeats on the row for Borussia Dortmund's second side. If this had gone in, it would have been curtains. The goal could really set up a frantic finale. Rot-Weiß Essen have only had 5 draws this campaign, 2 in their last 4. They're looking for all 3 points as Young knocks it back. Worked up for Chapina, just a little too ahead of him. It looked like he was on skates. It looks like, rather than studs, that's what fallen Basong. And certainly the turf hasn't been perfect. But it's looking like a perfect Sunday afternoon for the Rot-Weiß Essen fans. They're certainly in fine voice. The song didn't know much about that, but Solonso actually ending up back in possession. It's a fine ball. Some of the football from Rot-Weiß Essen has been a joy to behold. And they do look worthy of their advantage. Be interesting what happens with Marvin Obus come the end of the campaign. At the moment, scheduled to head back to Bundesliga's FC Köln. Whether his future will be with Cologne or whether Rot-Weiß Essen can dream of trying to get him back here. Does seem to be a player with a bright future as he squares it across and puts it on a plate for Asaya Young. Well, both wingers have been tremendous in what has overall been a terrific team performance. Marvin Obus, the fine ball across. And that is game, set and match, as the three is triumphantly slotted into place, as well as Young found the back of the net. Well, the ball played by Leonardo Vonic. Obus driving it across. And it was the easiest of tasks for Asaya Young to tap in. 25-year-old Berlin-born American, netting for the 5th time this season, for the 3rd time on home soil. Improved massively on his 2 goals last term, having netted 9 in their promotion campaign out of the regional ligas. And it could get worse for Dortmund. There's going to be a booking coming out here. I think Papadopoulos won't be too upset with that, although Shapina wants to have a further word. Well, he only for the lip readers. Not kind words, but certainly I think got a bit of a grip on Leonardo Vonic. Well, ex-Hallerscher, 24-year-old. They have a big future, but it's a galling afternoon as Obus gets huge ovation. And here come the final substitutes. So Sasha Volke heading on alongside Bjorn Rotter. Dortmund seem to have just lost their discipline, both in terms of team shape and occasionally in terms of their behaviour. This time Essen couldn't punish them further. Well, Brummer now gets his ovation. Heading on in his place, Fabian Ruth. Fabian Ruth, 22 years of age. He started the under-19 side with Bayer Leverkusen, making his Dritte Liga debut for Rot-Weiß Essen as another booking is being handed out. Losing their head somewhat, Dortmund. Michael next to fall foul. Another barge. This time on substitute Niels Kaiser. Harenbrock drifting into a dangerous area. Dortmund do manage to clear. Has to be said, Essen have done a great job of getting to grips with Rodney. Longo Yombo. Certainly looking dangerous going into the half-time break, but they've kept it quiet. But Bueno certainly looks like he's recovered well from that knee injury. It's robbed him of a lot of football, but nowhere near enough support as Essen not only win it with numbers, but then break. Not getting a slice of luck that time. Götze freed from his central defensive role, it seems. Weigl diving in. and he's likely to go into the book. Not happy about it, clearly. He dived in. He's fellow number 7. Bamba hitting the deck, earning a free kick, but Dortmund are just looking for a consolation. Swung in, but out without a touch. Well, a great day for Dabrowski. They've been a wrecking ball for the Dortmund defence. The fans are certainly going to be sent home happy. Winning out in this North Rhine-Westphalia derby. Not quite had the fire brimstone of one, given they're playing the under-23 side. They're still looking for a fourth. A great save, but there were other options for Sasha Volker. His eyes lit up. The 22-year-old has never scored in Dritte Liga. Only a couple of goals in the regional ligas. Rot-Weiß Essen trying to finish the day with positive goal difference. We need that to be a couple of inches lower from Rios Alonso. Well, flying the flags high and proudly. Rot-Weiß Essen finally at least on 0 goal difference. They've matched their conceding output. 44 scored and conceded. They started the day on 44 points, but this fabulous victory will see them end on 47. And it should be a fourth, and it does come for Sasha Volker. His first goal in professional ranks. The 22-year-old was denied in his first attempt. He learned the lessons and fired past Silas Ostrozinski to make it 4-0. Just be looking out that number 4. A fabulous day for Rot-Weiß Essen. Last time they scored 4 was against the other under-23 side. But that ended in a dramatic 4-3 win against Freiburg's second side. That was the start of February. In mid-March, it's March Madness for Essen. Devastation for Dortmund's second side. So Volker netting. Having come off the bench, and Essen are not done, it would seem. And Dortmund just desperate for the final whistle. I waited to see how much time has been added on. There surely can't be too much more for Dortmund to suffer. Here's Bueno. Just trying to create chance at goal. Michael. So many red and white shirts ahead of him. But that is the final action of the match. 4-0 for Essen. And yet the first goal only came a minute before the halftime break. Moussa Doumbouya would then add to that in the second half from the penalty spot. And after that, It was a fabulous performance and result as Isaiah Young and Vodka added to make it 4-0. A wonderful result, edging back into the promotion question and above Dortmund in the table, as they will have to lick their wounds at the end of a fabulous performance and result at the Stadion an der Hafenstraße. It's finished. Rot-Weiß Essen 4, Dortmund 0.